Hi everyone, I'm Maris and welcome back to Papers of Thought. In this video I decided to do something completely different than the normal, which is talk about why Marvel is annihilating DC. Now, before I make this video, I want to make two things clear. Number one is that I'm a bigger fan of DC than I am of Marvel. And take it as you may, I'm not dissing, I am just a diehard fan that likes to say the truth and understand when quality work is made and what makes quality work. So that's number one. Number two is I'm a diehard fan. I'm no film critic, so this is just my opinion. So let's get into it. So the number one reason I believe, in my opinion, that Marvel is doing a far greater job at creating this superhero movies than DC is that Marvel has actually had the patience to create the origin stories of the Avengers, whereas the DC has done a terrible job at presenting and introducing those same superheroes of the Justice League. Now, what I mean by that is they both took 4 years from the first Marvel and DC movie to assemble the teams, which is 2012 for Avengers and 2017 for Justice League. But look at the way they have presented the most important characters of the storylines. Wonder Woman and Man of Steel are the only two standalone movies for DC, whereas Marvel has four: Hulk, Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man. Look at the way they have compressed four of the most important comic books, which is Batman vs. Superman, the introduction of Batman, Doomsday, and the death of Superman, all into one movie. If that doesn't look like rush work, I don't know what it is. So the number one reason, and that ties into all the other reasons, is that Marvel has had the patience to actually create those movies and tell the stories right. And that's the most important thing, is that Marvel is paying attention to storytelling. They're not paying attention to creating plot, which is what DC seems to do, is they are actually creating stories. Number two is that they've created quality work. Most of the films are great. They're very fun to watch. They have humor, and that's another thing that people don't realize, is that especially the people behind the DCEU universe, is that they don't understand that humor is what makes those superheroes human. Fans need to feel that they can be expressed through those superheroes, that they can feel in touch with them, and Marvel has found a great way to do that by introducing humor. So, you know, it's quality work from understanding that standpoint. Now it is important to understand the fact that directors matter. Directors matter in the sense that Zack Snyder is a great visual director, but it's not the best story director, whereas other directors, as the Russo brothers, are great storytellers. And that matters. Directing matters when it comes down to those types of movies, that they are very, very CGI oriented, that you are able, through all this fake world, to create stories that people can feel in touch with. And I have nothing against Zack Snyder. He's an amazing director as far as visual play, but in keeping up with storytelling, I think he could be a much better advisor as far as to how the camera should work than as how the story should work. And that's my deep opinion about it, and understanding how good Zack Snyder actually is. I think he should play on his strength, then play on any type of directing level. So that's that. And the main thing you need to take away from this video is that when you do something with patience, as to opposed to rushing, is that everything will come. Look at Marvel. Marvel invested in the idea that we take time to do the things, but we are precise on that, and they've created a huge amount of capital for themselves to do whatever they want creatively. So on the side of creativity, they have whatever they need to do to actually make successful movies, whereas the DC is now on a corner trying to copy, and that's their fault. They tried to copy what Marvel is doing, which is in no way, shape, or form able to create good movies. A copycat is as good as a copycat. You cannot create original movies by trying to emulate what other people is doing, especially in those franchises magnitude. So the DC hasn't understand that with patience, money comes. If that's what they want to actually produce, which is money, they should have understood that character development matters, origin stories matters, and most importantly is that marketing fucking matters. Nobody seems to understand that, but the way that you present the content, the context matter as much as the content. So look at how the Marvel Cinematic Universe has been able to present those films. They've squeezed out of every minute to present the first Infinity War trailer, and the fans are going nuts. And you bet your ass that 2018 will be the year that everybody's expecting to go see the Infinity War, whereas Justice League is doing a terrible job at box offices. So take it as you may. Now, before I finish this video, I want to make sure that people understand that the DC, Zack Snyder, has managed to do some great work with Man of Steel. I'm a huge fan of Man of Steel, mainly because of the ability to say a story with visual. While Man of Steel is in no way, shape, or form great in all aspects, it's great in telling a Superman story. And it's my favorite superhero movie thus far. I believe that another great thing that the DC has done with this movie is they have produced original score with Hans Zimmer about that movie, which makes the movie extremely memorable. So, but that's the only thing. Wonder Woman was not directed by Zack Snyder, so it's another story. And then you have the importance of tying everything together. Marvel has done a fantastic job at spreading its phases. You see, they have a program, whereas DC seems to try to just push out as much movies as it's possible, and Marvel is like the elder, the wiser, the most precise director of movies, and stands there and says, you know, this is phase 1, this is phase 2, phase 3, and phase 4. So everybody makes mistakes. Marvel has done some terrible mistakes with Thor 1 and Thor 2, but they have managed to create amazing movies like The Winter Soldier and Thor Ragnarok, and you know, Age of Ultron is, I think, very nice, very good at the creation of it. But taking the movies alone will lead you to find many flaws. The thing is, and the thing we're comparing right here is the universes. One universe versus the other universe. And what you see is, as a work, as complete work, that Marvel is much more sophisticated in the way of in its creation than DC. So that's the number one reason that Marvel is beating DC, is that they have managed to take the time to create their universe, and they understood how much it means to push a product that is valued by people and fans all over the world. And I hope that the DC understands that it's not about how much humor you have or how much good visuals and CGI you put in. It's about telling a sincere, honest story that those fans can actually feel in touch with. That's it. I know this video was totally, completely out of the norm. It's not about self-improvement, but it is a very close tie-in to what I very much value, which is quality. And quality of character is very important, and that's what it seems to be the case with Marvel and not the case with DC. So Always remember, man, and women, patience creates quality, quality creates money, money creates ability to create more films in the case of those superhero universes and franchises. So that's the video. Thank you for watching. I hope you understood what I was trying to really push out, is that if the DC had done a better job at paying attention to what the fans wanted and paying attention to the origin stories and then assembling the Justice League, which is a huge thing that really needs another video for, I think they would have done a much better job at having people love their movie. Hi everyone, Maris here. So if you like this video and find the things that we share with you resourceful, please make sure to subscribe and like and comment on our videos so we know that we're doing something right. Thank you very much. Have a good day.